Your secrets, if you really look at yourself, you would be speechless. What happened to being doctors and teachers? What happened to being your brother's keeper? Nowadays, kids more worried about the
Hello everybody, my name is Yeti. I'm here with...
You don't get some shit to me.
Anyway, we're playing the Stanley Parable as it says on the screen. It says you are playing the Stanley Parable, as if we didn't know.
It's
okay,
not
so,
playing, it's experiencing.
Shut up. Okay, so,
Never.
there are a few endings I haven't gotten yet. I haven't played this for you guys yet, because a bunch of other YouTubers have done it. I'm just going to play like the endings I haven't done yet, so... Yeah, and apparently there's something that happens
This
when
is
you
the
walk
story
into...
of a man named Stanley.
That's really cool.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day, every month, of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. Stanley was happy.
Okay, so that's
And
the
then
intro.
one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Okay, cool. So we're in the game now. That was the intro. Oh, I'm really
All
fast.
of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay.
Let's just go along with it for a minute.
Okay, so one of the endings I haven't done is the actual ending.
What do you
So, like following all his instructions.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay. And so I did.
Oh wait, admire the painting. The green one.
Oh yes. Actually, that's really...
Detailed. What?
Yeah, that's a lot of attention to detail. It's a...
I like how
What is this?
I like how that's the only one they paid attention to.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
This is extremely accurate.
Yeah. I figured out how to make a Triforce with my fingers.
Did you? Are you that bored with this? Very cool. Okay. Room closet. I have to. I just have to. Oh, you pushed me away.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
But what if I don't? I'm just gonna see what happens.
This is like in Portal.
There
He'll
was
just
nothing
keep
here.
talking to you till
No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
I have a feeling this is gonna go on.
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
Oh my god.
Okay.
I have to stay.
Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing? Why? Please offer me some explanation here.
This is my
I'm
favorite place.
genuinely confused.
Does it count if we want to be here?
Maybe.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out.
That's shadow
It didn't
mapping, though.
occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have
This
thought
is
to
like
mention it.
Top Gear in a nutshell.
Yeah, this is basically Top Gear in a nutshell. Just screwing around, doing
Maybe to you this is somehow
sweet FA.
branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friend, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favourite." I hope your friends find this concerning.
I hope they do too. It's probably going to go
Stanley
on.
was fat
Yep.
and ugly and really, really stupid. He probably only got the job
I'm
because of a
about
family
ready
connection.
to-
That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Alright then.
It's really.
Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now.
Have you?
You're dead.
Oh, yeah.
You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical
alive.
malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose.
How would we do
Hello?
that?
Anyone who happens to be nearby, the person at this computer is dead. He or she has fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place at the computer, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
That sounded kind of final. Just wait a sec.
And here we go to a sweet epic.
No, nothing?
Wait. I'm sorry, but you're dead.
Okay.
Let me remove the corpse. Okay, I am.
But
Second player, it's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you.
Go back in.
I guarantee I can.
You too? Unbelievable. I'm at the mercy of an entire species of invalids. Perhaps there's a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to. A fish? Fungus? Look, you can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again.
Okay, let's actually... Fungus? Okay, let's actually get back into it. I have to close it. Oh, that's fantastic.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Oh.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
This is
Shocked,
an office.
unraveled, Stanley
Hey,
wondered
there's
in
the icon.
disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him.
Oh,
And so
no.
the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
There's a camera up there. Okay, anyway.
Now I feel like I'm in the portal.
Big red button. Must push. Oh,
That's usually our portal.
I guess it is a portal.
Because there's rundown elevators that are like that.
Apparently the original version of the Stanley Parable was actually a mod for Half-Life 2.
Duh. You can't tell?
No. Actually, right now, this is, I think they built this on either Unreal or Unity. One of the two.
It's Unreal.
Is it Unreal?
I believe so.
Okay.
Descending deeper into the building,
Yeah, I know.
Stanley
Detail for
realized
Unity?
he felt
I don't know,
a bit
Unity
peculiar.
could be...
It was a stirring of emotion
Not
in
with
his
how much
chest,
time they-
as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Okay,
Anyway, no, Unity can be really detailed.
but with how much time they wasted on the narration,
Stanley walked
Sure.
straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
got me.
Okay, next episode we'll take Escape.
And then you get crushed.
Why would you tell me that? Okay, haven't seen this before.
Well,
Lights
maybe you
rose
want
on an
to-
enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
World's best IMAX theater.
What?
That's what's going on here.
Now the monitors jumped to
fired?
life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the
Hey, where's
number
me?
of an employee in the
Oh,
building.
I can see it.
Stanley's
Oh, found it, right there.
co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen. And Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant
No, wait, you
nothing.
need to zoom in on. I need to figure out what this.
Okay, everybody see that? Zoom in on your video and then tell me what that says.
I guarantee it's something ironic or stupid. Or
Oh,
both.
yeah, it is this game, so.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley
Farewell.
really been under someone's control all this time?
Wait,
Was
this
this the
works
only
as a
reason
dance
he
work,
was
so.
happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
That's what social media does, I guess, right?
Isn't that what we're currently
He
doing to
refused
everybody
believe
watching
it.
this video?
He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control?
But-
Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Okay, problems with this. He's under the narrator's control at the moment and my control, so
But
doesn't
here's
that
the proof. The heart of the operation.
void the rest of the
Controls
game?
labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Okay, I guess I will. Oh, I done screwed up. Is this good? I don't know if this is a good thing. I see something.
That entire wall?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Blackness
just wait.
and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes,
Oh,
he
I
had
don't know from
won.
there.
He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone?
True.
How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to
Why
let
do I
go.
always think it's
No
video?
longer would
It's
anyone
one.
tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
It's not real.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin.
I guess it is real.
The feeling of liberation. the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
I like it. I like it.
And then he wakes up from his dream.
The end is never. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's it for this episode.
15 minutes.
15 minutes. Good video length. I have a feeling that is Linux, but okay. Anyway. What does it say? I don't even know. Okay, so I guess you'll see you guys in the next episode.
I'm tired. We need to do a horror game.
Alright, I guess we're gonna do a horror game. Yeah.
We hope you guys had a good New Year's.
Good New Year and a good Christmas. I definitely did.
Let's see if we can make this this year more entertaining and dumber than any year before.
And due to our age and the fact that we are going to need jobs in the future, we are going to stop with the foul language, because that's just smart. So we're going to bring you clean entertainment, as clean as we can. Depends on what the game is.
Except for his clock. Can we show them the clock?
This is my butt clock. This is how we time our videos. It does things. So this will play us out at the end of this video. So yeah, clean. What did I leave out?
Other than the clock.
Yeah, clean other than the clock. Oh yeah, the higher quality for me anyway, because I mean, look at this. I can actually run games now.
I will be producing my first video in the next week. Yeah. I need to find the game.
Oh, Salamander's doing his channel pretty soon too. His first Let's Play will be Amnesia. A Dark Descent, not Machine for Pigs, don't worry.
I'm trying to think whether to do, we should have a vote for what game
you should do first?
Yeah.
Sounds good. Or you could just do
I kind of want a game
thing where you could just like do 3-minute videos of you torturing us.
Okay.
In like Gary's mugs.
Target the table.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. Okay. Anyway, this video is running over, so
for a long time
we'll put it in the
spot. It's part of a game. He likes to see how long he can go without dying. So far, he's doing excellent, and if he just stays right where he is, I'm sure he'll keep up that good momentum. Let's observe the genius at work.
That is fantastic. Okay, anyway, playing us out will be this dude's play.
Wait, before that, we're going to have in the, the description, the voting. You guys vote somehow.
A vote for whatever games you want him to do. We'll have, like, a list, and then you can just post comments. Yep. See you in the next video. Bye-bye. The end.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay.
Let's just go along with it for a minute.
Okay, so one of the endings I haven't done is the actual ending.
What do you mean?
Like following all of his instructions.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay. And so I did.
Oh wait, admire the painting. The green one.
Oh yes. Actually, that's really
detailed.
The order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
I had a friend request.
Okay, cool. So we're in the game now. That was the intro. Oh, I'm really
All of
fast.
his co-workers were gone.
All your secrets, if you really look at yourself, you would be speechless. What happened to being doctors and teachers? What happened to being your brother's keeper? Nowadays, kids more worried about the
Hello, everybody. My name is Yeti. I'm here with.
You don't get some shit to me.
Anyway, we're playing the Stanley Parable, as it says on the screen. It says you are playing the Stanley Parable, as if we didn't know.
It's
okay,
not
so
playing, it's experiencing.
shut up. Okay, so
Never.
there are a few endings I haven't gotten yet. I haven't played this for you guys yet because
This is what employee 427 did every day, every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-ripping, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. Stanley was happy.
okay, so that's
And
the
then
intro.
one day,
Oh,
something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single...
a bunch of other YouTubers have done it. I'm just gonna play like the endings I haven't done yet. So yeah, and apparently there's something that happens.
This
when
is
you
the
walk
story
into-
of a man named Stanley.
That's really quiet.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order.